I'm sick of all these fake gurus making fake promises. I'm here to tell you the truth and how you can actually make real money through e-commerce. The old ways and these other methods that these guys are posting about are lies. Here's how you can make over $11,500 by the end of this video if you take action. Here's exactly how I would start. First of all, the old way of dropshipping is completely dead. That is true. You need to understand you can't just throw up a store, throw up some ads, and pray that you're gonna actually start getting sales from some random ads that no one cares about. You know how many times people have been scammed from dropshipping stores? Just think about it. When was the last time that you actually went on a dropshipping store or just a random website and actually bought a product, let alone waited 3 weeks for that product to come in just for it to be some Chinese piece of shit? Exactly. You probably haven't. We're currently in 2025, and the thing is, the only way to get sales is to build trust with your customers. And how are you going to do that in just a couple of minutes, if not a few seconds, by the time they see their ad, to clicking your website, to actually thinking in their head, what is going to make them buy this product? Let me explain that to you. AI and personal branding, not only that, but actually branding your company to make it look legit and do certain things that others aren't doing right now. Most people, and when I say most, I mean 97% of dropshippers right now that are beginning in this space are losing money. That's because they throw up a store, throw up some shitty ads that they probably paid for, just stole straight off of TikTok, and hope to get sales, spending $10, $20, $50 a day, but that's just not the way it works anymore. You need to actually make your store friendly. You need to make it feel like a real brand. How do you think these big companies like Sephora or Gymshark or any of these major companies started? It definitely wasn't by looking like a scam. They built a trust with their audience. One of the newest ones, or newest two companies that I've recently seen on a huge come up, one was Fabletics from a few years ago, just from doing branded TikTok ads to now being all over the place. And the second one being Dr. Squash. They built a friendly brand that's a little expensive on the higher end side, but this has worked because they've branded this in a proper way, directing their company to do millions of dollars in sales every single month. So now, how are you going to attain AI to build a branded store? Well, first of all, I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video for your $1 a month Shopify free trial for the first 3 months. And that's going to allow you to start testing things out for very cheap, literally $1 a month. All you can do is test stores, see what works, see what looks nice, and make 5 different stores and test this with branding. Now here's where AI comes in. You can take a screenshot of your page and tell AI with the script I'm going to leave in the description with your product to make you a branded website. And all you're going to have to do is check this out, because once you look at your branded website and what AI is giving you to actually put here, these are sales tactics, and psychologically, it's going to make your customer think that you're a real brand. It's going to get them to trust you more. It's going to make you think that you're more friendly, because over a screen, it's just a sales page to them. They don't know who's behind it. They don't know anything about you. So in the first couple of seconds, even with your ad, you need to make it feel like it's a real brand that's been there for years and that's very trustworthy. You can't just throw up some plain ad of your product just doing whatever. You have to be different and be unique from what everybody else is doing. Here's how I'm able to make $11,000, $500 every single month from a store I started 1 week ago. First of all, the product research is a very important part. This does take a few hours to find, but once you find a good product, you can either A, do this organically with an Instagram page, or like I said, you can do paid ads, but they have to be super branded, and you have to make a real connection with your audience and the people that are viewing your content. Remember, every single person that views your piece of content is a potential customer, so you need to think about from not only your perspective, but from the people's perspective that are going to be viewing it. Why do they need this? Is this a necessity? Is this cool? Is this cheap? How fast are they going to get it shipped? Because no one wants to wait 3 weeks for a Chinese piece of rubber that's going to come in and just not work whatsoever. Because I was in your position once a few years ago. I had a couple $1,000s in sales, but after ads, after product costs, after the refunds, after returns, I was only up like $100 from like $5,000 revenue. And that's when I realized that this model wouldn't work, or at least it wouldn't work in the way I thought it would. That's when I decided to switch and use AI in my store so that I can actually brand it properly to not only increase my conversion rate, but to increase my AOV, which pretty much means average order value. Because it's way easier to get a customer to spend an extra $10 than to cut your ads by $10. So you need to think as in the customer. Once they purchase a product, you need to be making sure that you have an email set up. Hello, thank you for your purchase, this, that. There's a whole system in place that can make you an easy 10K a month or even more if you brand your website properly. That's the only way people are going to start making money and being profitable in 2025 with this business model, because the old ways are out the window. Listen, if you actually want to make $10,000 a month, first, start that $1 a month, the one I have in the description. Take action. Second, if you've been going at it for over a month or two, just testing random products, shoot me a DM. I'm going to leave my Instagram in the description of this video, and I'll give you help for completely free. I have no course, no mentorship, and if I do have a course, it's going to be completely free. Why? Because I want to grow my brand. I'm going to give everything for completely free. And if you want to scale to $10,000 or more, you have to put in the work. I recommend at least 3 solid hours of work every single day, and that can easily get you to 10K a month, quitting your 9 to 5 to make this your full-time thing. Why 3 hours a day? 3 hours a day of focused work. You can't be half on your phone scrolling and half just working. 3 hours focused work, get some caffeine in, and actually grind. Because why? All these other influencers are fake right now. They're just bullshitting. You can tell by the way they talk to the camera. I'd rather just say the truth, tell you you're not going to make money, than bullshit you and say you're going to make $10,000 a month. Because realistically, you're not going to make $10,000 a month unless you're actually putting in consistent work. And no, you're not going to do this your first product, second product, third product. It took me 18 products till I had my first $10,000 a month profit product. That should make you realize how sensible this is and how much money you actually have to burn between when you're not profitable and profitable. So yes, you're gonna need a job in the beginning. And if you're at a job right now, do not quit until you're profitable. And I've seen several people quit their jobs, make a couple bucks in drop shipping, and then their product dies out and they're back to step one, they're back at a job, and they feel like shit. So if you don't want this to happen to you, subscribe, like, and comment this video, and DM me if you need help.